NewsX World. Now we move on to Russia and Ukraine. Russia's military is closely watching U.S. plans for the Golden Dome missile defense shield, especially in relation to Greenland. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov has expressed concerns about what threats the shield is meant to counter. He has also stated that Russia will carefully analyze these plans, with the military paying close attention to any developments. This comes against the backdrop of escalating military tensions between these two countries. Meanwhile, Peskov has also made it clear that Russia will never engage in discussions with EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas and will simply wait for her to leave her post. Now, for this discussion, we welcome Mr. Ben Aris. He's a former Moscow bureau chief of the Daily Telegraph, joins us live from Berlin. Thank you very much, Mr. Aris, for joining us. Good to see you. Now, looking at this, what more can you tell us about this escalating situation, and also where the plans of U.S. is, including a lot of things, while world tries to hold on or gripples to what exactly is going on about their move towards Greenland?
There's two things going on as far as I can see.
Mr. Aris? Mr. Aris, over here we seem to have lost connection with... Okay, Mr. Aris,
I can hear you.
Okay,
yes.
I couldn't hear you. Please go on.
I'm sorry. So I was saying there's two things going on. At one level, Trump is running a foreign policy whereby he's trying to grab mineral concessions, particularly to critical minerals and to rare earth metals, because China has a monopoly on that. And strategically for the US, it means that China can simply turn off the US tech sector, and that's intolerable. And Greenland is home to significant, really significant deposits of critical minerals and particularly rare earth metals, which are key to technology. So he's trying to secure that, and he's doing it very aggressively by suggesting that he might invade the country. At the other end of the spectrum is the security issues, that the whole Arctic region is opening up for transport because of global warming and the decreasing amount of ice. In particular, Russia's been sending icebreakers, and they shorten the trip between Asia and Europe significantly by taking the northern route, so-called. At the same time, the US and Canada are interested in the same, and there's been talk of undersea Arctic fiber optic cables for data. So suddenly the Arctic region is becoming significantly more interesting or important from a security point of view. And the US has a deal with Greenland where it can put unlimited bases, unlimited men into the country. It used to have 17 bases, now it only has one with about 600 people in it. And what Trump is proposing to do is to beef up that security. He's looking at northern Russia, he's looking at China, he's looking at securing the Arctic transport routes. But this comes with a severe problem, because if he beefs up the military there, that Russia's going to take that very badly. In the same way, even the suggestion that Ukraine might join NATO and put NATO missiles in on the border of European Russia, where 80% of the population live. If now Trump is going to put significant military assets into Greenland, which he can do under existing deals, then that's going to threaten Russia's very important northern transport route. And also, because Greenland is across from the middle, you have to realize Greenland is on Russia's northern border, that he can then fly missiles into Siberia, into deep part of Russia where they have a lot of strategic military bases, long-distance bombers, missile silos, all those sorts of things. So it will destabilize things even further in the relationship between Russia and America.
Right. And we saw the defense, we saw the US's defense security priorities shift this time. So what does this shift in U.S. Defense priorities suggest about the current, how do you think currently U.S. sees China and Russia?
Well, Trump is, he's taking a much more aggressive stance. The new national security strategy, which I think you're referring to, and the so-called Donroe Doctrine, he's aggressively saying that the whole Western Hemisphere belongs to the US. It's not a compromise. It's not a deal between equals. It's like the US is in charge and Trump will dictate to everyone else what to do. We just saw this with this so-called peace council that he's trying to set up, which basically usurps the role of the UN as the international forum for working out global problems, and it's been there since 1945. And he's trying to set up a parallel organization, but notably, that organization is going to be chaired by Trump personally. He's going to keep a veto over any decisions. So again, he puts himself in charge. And his attitude or stance against Russia and China, who are sitting in this sense inside or just on the edge of his Western Hemisphere territory, he's talking about, in effect, putting up defenses, this Golden Dome missile defense system, in order to protect his hegemony in the Western Hemisphere. And I think neither China nor Russia will take that well. They've both been pushing for this multipolar world, and they've been pointing to the UN as a suitable organization. Xi Jinping has rejected the Peace Council. I don't think he's even been invited. Putin has been invited and is playing a game here about the $1 billion, and it should come from the frozen assets. And he also intends to do business with Trump if Trump wants to go down that road, which Trump has made very clear he does. So it's an evolving situation, but basically the old world order is broken, and we're now trying to work out a new world order, and this is one of the pieces in the puzzle.
So all in all, so what do you think, what is, from Trump's perspective, what is the most immediate threat for US? Or
no,
who?
there's no threat. I mean, no one's going to attack it. I mean, their biggest threat is domestic. What we're seeing going on in Minnesota, there's a collapse of society with militarized police murdering people openly in the streets. And the idea that either Russia or China will attack America is insane. The need for the missile dome, I don't know, it's questionable. Both Russia and China have developed hypersonic missiles, which actually the Americans have no defense against, so maybe there is an argument for it. But he's reacting to he's creating a security threat by militarizing Greenland where there wasn't one before. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If he puts missile shield into Greenland, then he's going to need it because Russia will move missiles up to its northern border. But if he'd done nothing, there was no security threat there before. Neither China nor Russia have any interest in Greenland whatsoever. And so it all seems a bit unnecessary. But as I say, at the root of this, it's been driven by Trump's desire to get mineral concessions. And so he is going to move into Greenland, and it's just a question of how he does it. And with this suggestion of Golden Dome, then he's going to do it with a security backup, which will, as I said, destabilize things.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aries, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving on to EU and Vietnam.